that we are here, what did you actually think of the Agyapa deal? There were so many media reports, and now that you are here, what was your concern, or what is your concern about the Agyapa Royalty deal?
Well, subsequent to my making the first comments that I made, well, they were the only comments I made anyway, about Agyapa, the Minister of Finance requested, or sought audience with the National House of Chiefs. So he came to National House of Chiefs and presented, made a case for the Agyapa deal. Nananum of the House agreed that, yes, there was a need to raise money to fund development projects. Mm-hmm. That there was no question. Yeah. But Nananum raised a lot of concerns. Among them, one, timing. One question was, why now? Mm-hmm. When we get into the end of the year, election, and etc. One important issue somebody raised. Very key issue that was raised, and I'll quote the word that was used, the opaqueness of the whole process. Why were things shrouded in secrecy? Okay? What agreements have been signed? To start with, we didn't have those agreements, and we're not sure that those agreements are publicized. Okay? Why incorporation in a tax haven? Now, tax havens have traditionally been notorious as places where, people who wanted to hide money incorporate their businesses. So why a tax haven for a national company, so to speak, or a national project? Who are the directors? Who are the directors? And again, one important question was raised. If you said that Minerals Income Investment Fund was going to own majority of Agyapa, how come that they were contributing only 2 members to the 9-member board of directors? 9-member board of directors was the intention. Why was the Mineral Income Investment Fund going to contribute only 2? So they're going to be minority on the board. So questions were raised. Why, a tax haven? What kind of agreements have been signed? Some agreements were signed. Have they been done transparently? Who are the directors? And in any case, why only 2 for the government side, which was supposed to be majority, and 7 for the minority side? Okay, all these things issues were raised. Valuation. How was it going to be done? Okay, to ensure that Ghana was not. So
these are lots of questions. Have these questions been answered at all?
So these questions were asked. Beyond that, remember the question also: who are going to be those shareholders? Can they be known? Tax havens don't normally maintain shareholders registers that you can just go and access and know who shareholders are. And if you've been following recent developments in our company law, the new companies code, the one that was passed last year, seeks to ensure more transparency in business affairs. In particular, transparency when it has to do with beneficial ownership, which is why the research department itself is just about, establishing a beneficial ownership register. Yes. So we are talking about transparency right at home. We want to be sure that when you set up a company, we know who the beneficial interest holders are, even if you are the face of it. Are there some people behind? So if we are trying to do this locally, why would you take a national asset and send it to a
So those are the questions.
Let me just
take a short break.
Add 2 more quick ones on this particular one. There were questions also about now when after we've sold, the shares and we got money, what about future? What monies come to us annually? So what was going to be the dividend policy? Those questions were asked. But a very important one that somebody asked was this. After we've sold the shares, can we later reverse it? Because the concern is this. We already are worried that our mining sector is dominated by foreigners or foreign interests. And we have only 10% carried interest. That ends royalties to us. We are now trying to share even that carried interest with foreigners, and when you sell shares, you can't reverse it. So the question was, why couldn't we do something like ESLA, where the expected royalty flows are securitized, monetized today, as opposed to sell the interest into forever? And the question also is, why not something that is like a quasi equity, maybe a preference share, which can be redeemed later on? You remember our company's code provides for national ownership of state resources and that development for the benefit of the people. So these were important concerns that were raised. And the general opinion was that this had raised a lot of questions, had a lot to be desired,
Hi guys, I hope you enjoyed this video on Citi TV's YouTube channel. Subscribe for more videos on The Point of View. My name is Bernard Avle. Thank you.
The Point of View with Bernard Avle, Monday and Wednesday nights, only on Citi TV.